Hello, players, and hello, Twitch.
Hello, Seven Twitch.
Hello.
So, this is all messed up.
Howdy.
I gotta redo the. I forgot about all this. So, Craig, you doing?
Yes.
You and Miss Firefly have a unique task today.
We do?
You're gonna recap last session and what's happened, kind of in chat, while I fix everything. You get it?
Oh, you mean where we went walking around and looked at the fish?
Huge thank you to my supporters on Patreon for helping me make this video.
So Val and Sora went for a walk the next day. We went down to the docks. Val was wondering if hardtack will float. So he took a little piece of it and tossed it in the water. This, of course, drew some fish. And does not float, by the way. It drew some fish, which promptly decided to jump out at Sora because she's tiny.
One launched itself right on her arm. Val and her dodged the other ones, though. And they went plop on the other side of the dock. Back in the water.
Nice. And what about so initially, how did you guys get here? What's your purpose? Who's your party? All the good stuff.
Well, we had a bounty to look at a temple, or to explore a temple. The party we got together was Val, the warlock, Guadia, barbarian, Iris, Sora, and Oceanus, the druids. Oceanus is also part monk. We teleported to. I know I have it here. Shashka. Yeah, I just can't read my writing. And proceeded to charter a boat with one Nick Dundee, who I have Val had a run-in before with, and they had good relations. They proceeded down the river looking for the Celestial River. To New Valdez. On the way, we stopped over for night and met a macaw. Do you want to take care of that?
We met a macaw. The macaw spoke to it in beast speech. At least those of us that could.
Sorry, Val. Like everyone else could have the ability to, basically.
Yep.
He's the one. And he said, "You can understand me, that's amazing. Can one of you dispel magic?" And we translated for Val, and he raised his hands. And he said, the macaw said, I need you to cast it on me. So Val, being the good Samaritan that he is, casts it on him, and all of a sudden, the macaw stops, and he turns into a human, I believe, or an elf. Yes, with a whole bunch of rings and things. And this person turned out to be a wizard. And he was like, "Where is it? What year is it? How long have I been here?" And he was kind of evasive with his answers. But we did end up figuring out that he's in Old Haven in Yadria, at least last I know. And he was on the run from a earth genie called a Dow. Is what we found out. He had been a thief, and he had stolen stuff, so that was his punishment, was being a macaw.
In the meantime, that evening, I met the genie, and he became very angry that I had dispelled the magic. He offered me a deal. I could hunt him down and have him take his punishment, or my friends could all take the punishment. Val agreed to it, and when he went to do the wording, instead of saying just a random person in the world will take the punishment until time that Val hunts down the man, he said a bad person, because he wanted to save his family, and he was worried that his family would be the target. Well, the Jinn didn't like this, so severed the connection between Val and his patron. So right now, Val has no powers as a warlock.
He's pretty much, he's a
NPC.
warlock.
We continued down the river, and we ran into some Yuan-Ti doing a ritual to convert the people from that village into themselves. We decided we didn't like that idea and got into a battle with them. Ran one of them off, the rest were killed, I believe. And then we made our way to New Valdez.
A little obviously worse for wear. So,
We stayed and rested and had a good time.
and now you're finally ready to set off into the world.
Yes.
So, each of you come down the next morning. Really, really, truly, all the events that have transpired in Discord have been a day for you guys.
Oh, cool.
Because I don't think you guys would be sitting there camping for a week and be like, it's a day away. We'll get to it.
It's like, we could go.
It's
We
like,
could go
yeah,
now.
we go. Hey, nah, we're good.
We just want to hang out with Bill and Ted in their excellent bar. So you guys come down. You take about a day to kind of get yourself used to the weather. So you spent one day in here so far. Restocking, getting if you need to buy rations, stuff like that. Taking care of that aspect of it. You come down the next morning, the rain just pouring thunder in the air, and it is hot. You're talking like 97 degrees this morning, and the sun's barely up.
I
It's
take
muggy.
off my shirt.
Oceanus is happy as can be.
He takes off his shirt because of the heat, but otherwise, yes.
Yeah, it's because of the heat. Sure.
Good
Not
job.
trying to show off his monkness. I see it is. Alright, so I have fixed all the names. We're good. And all the pictures.
Yay!
I knew eventually I was going to start a stream and forget that. So, you guys come down. Mick is kind of, hat over his face. He's in a hammock on the first floor. Just kind of napping. Bill and Ted, hey! This is the Adventures.
Yes. Well, Bill, hello, Ted. How are you?
Sora.
Good morning, sir.
Ocean Dude.
Good morning.
Hello.
Kind of like one of us, dude. How are you an adventurer? Like, you look really frail, man.
It's part of the act.
Ah, deceiver. Gotcha. Hey, they both smile at me, Tyra. Female druid, dude.
Yeah.
They go about getting you guys your breakfast, putting it down on the table, as you guys kind of coalesce. So what is your plan for today? You're heading out early? Are you doing anything in town? What is your course of action?
As far as I know, is Nick going to be taking us to Otmar?
That's what you hired him for.
Say again?
That is what you hired him for, to get you to Otmar.
Okay. Then we also would like to see if there is a map just in case we get lost.
Bill, did you ask Bill and Ted?
Yes.
There's totally a map, dude. Yeah.
One we could maybe purchase and take with us.
Yeah, I mean, if you have enough coin, totally.
How much?
How much is enough coin?
Okay, so it's really big. They point to like it's like you know the mall how they have the giant scroll like it's like this giant wood carved map. It's like it's right there, dude. Like a couple hundred gold, sure. It's like 10 feet by like 25 feet.
What does it show?
It's like you have the "You are here," excellent,
Uh,
and then you have like a day away. You see Otmar, and you see like where you came from. You see the water, and then you basically see like all these like large kind of like carved trees, and it just says "super dangerous, don't go."
I just have to say, Steph, you pull off the surfer bro voice really well.
Bro,
But,
no, dude, bro, totally.
it suits you.
I'm getting ready for California. That's what's happening.
I'll ask, do you have anyone that's more travel sized?
No.
Alright.
But if you want to copy it down, you can.
I'd like
What?
to.
Guadia raises his hand because he actually has cartographer tools.
Passes Guadia pen and paper.
Guadia will go ahead and make a cartographer's
Make that roll.
copy. Alrighty. And that would be
You
off
can
of
then
wisdom.
do it.
Yeah, wisdom. You're kind of looking at it.
Alrighty.
Background
Yeah.
advantage.
Because of being Outlander.
Yeah, pretty good. It's a pretty good copy. I mean, like you've even kind of added in where the camp is. You know, you've actually kind of come away with a more detailed version of it.
Sora high fives you.
Thank you.
Guadia high fives back.
And
Bill and
great
Ted high
swords
five
are-
each other, of course.
Of course.
Excellent.
I like him. He knows it. Yeah.
So, what kind of things should we be worried about in the jungle? I mean, I'm assuming there are animals that live there. Keep an eye out diseases. But,
So in the jungle, right? Yeah. There's things definitely. Yeah.
anything specific you can tell us? Or anything I would know of?
Give me. We'll call it a nature disadvantage because you've never been in the jungle.
Alright.
What'd you get?
18.
I'm actually looking at seeing if they have a jungle random encounter table.
They do.
Do they? Not too much.
In the new Xanathars.
Yeah, I mean, I see hills, mountains, swamps, underdark, underwater, urbans. They do not have jungle.
I thought they did.
I would say forest is probably the closest to it. So. He's like, well, like, there's rare creatures. There's druids. Not as cool as you guys, though.
Aww.
Gnolls, displacer beasts, mercenaries, hags. The face spiders, they blink you, they really creepy. Yanti, of course, right?
We
Yeah.
saw some of those, yeah.
Oh, dude, the snake people,
Mm-hmm.
they got scales. Not as cool as your scales, though.
Totally not righteous.
Totally not racist at all, dude. Nope, nope. You get dragons, trolls, commoners, shambling mounds, trends. I heard of a unicorn before. It's got a thing on its head. He like grabs like a spoon and puts it on his forehead like this.
That would be magical to see.
Noggins.
Yeah.
Oh, have you heard of these things called gricks? They can be.
Oh, yes, yes.
Sora shakes her head.
Of course, there's giant apes.
Oh, those could be fun to see.
I have a question. Have you had
I tell Sora, but I don't know
any
if
of
Janice
these-
know what the brick is.
What was your question
I
about?
know
Sorry. Have you had any problem with any of these recently?
No, because anytime like the guards ring the bell, we hide. Smart.
Okay. How about has the bell rang any time recently?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Excellent.
Oceanus will turn to Sora because he's seen young gricks, the little ones. I don't know if he's ever seen a big adult one.
I do not know.
But yeah, he'll tell you about that. These little creatures. They have these beaks. They bite really hard. Very creepy looking. They have these tentacle-like things.
Ooh, like the biting
They're about this
fish.
big.
Bigger
Yeah,
than the
but,
biting fish.
They fill up a 5 foot 5 by 5 square. So yeah.
Squares? Dude. Gotta think outside the box. Outside the box, man.
Yes. But yeah, not fun.
Have you heard of anybody else coming this way, going to the temple that might have stayed here?
There was these like dwarf dudes and dudettes.
Mhm.
They drank a lot. Good money.
Those dwarves I've met do drink a lot.
Right?
I am out of questions for now. Anyone else? Then I believe, Nick, if you're ready, we'd like to get going.
Make slide setbacks. It's up. Alrighty then. He kind of flops over, lands on his feet. Looks at all of you. You're all gonna get soaked.
What?
I'm looking forward to it.
He says you're all about to get soaked.
Ah, yes. Thanks, Father.
From the rain. Would you have any suggestions to how to avoid that? If you wanted to, she says, looking to Oceanus.
Other than staying inside.
He pulls this kind of pulls this cloak out of his bag and throws the hood up, making sure the hat's still on. Just the hood over it,
Mm-hmm.
covering up.
That is smart.
Aerith pulls her cloak over her head. I'm good.
Now, are these just cloaked or are these like ponchos that he's pulling
This
out?
it looks like a cloak. It's definitely made of something odd.
Do they sell them here?
Oh no, I made this one.
Is that waterproof? I'm guessing.
The
What you make
outside
it out
is-
of?
He smiles. Really large sea snake, or river snake.
I looked at
Congratulations.
Aerith. That would probably be a lot better than your cloak.
How many did you make? Just the one?
Well, I made a ton, but this is the other one I have.
What happened to the rest?
Sold them.
Oh. So you don't have another 4 lying around for
I imagine
them?
it sold really well.
They did.
It's very ingenious.
You gotta do what you can do, man. You do what you can do.
I believe I'm going to get wet.
It's not that bad.
Well, for you, maybe.
I mean, it's not going to kill you. Getting wet.
Mick raises his finger and then puts it down.
Points to Mick. It might.
Well, running water tends to take the heat away from the body quicker.
Oh, well, yeah.
So we're looking at getting cold out there.
Potentially, yes. But as long as we should get there before nightfall, you guys should be fine. As long as there's no bad things that happen on the way. He looks towards the camera.
Gosh darn it, Mick.
I pull the camera away to me. Ignore that.
Does anybody else have any more questions or whatnot?
Other if you maybe wanted to stop at one of the stores to see if we could get a cloak like that, or just chance it and go on.
I had asked this question in the chat, but I don't think you saw it. I would ask that, like, what kinds of diseases should they be worried about? Because I know there are ones in the
All sorts of terrible things. I get diseases for days.
I don't comment on that.
Would you like to not?
Yes, seeing if they have any of these cloaks here that they want to resell. Good idea.
Yeah. So he says, "Oh, we can stop by one of the shops."
Yes.
Simple enough. And he begins to lead you out into the just downpour, being rain. Like immediately, just being out here, like your clothes are starting to already just get that kind of weight. Like if you jumped in the pool, like with your clothes on, they're starting to weigh down already. By the time you come over to this little awning, and Vic knocks on the baseboard. Hey, what do you want?
We are interested to see if you have any of the cloaks that Nick sold you in the past. Like the one he's wearing, the waterproof.
Well, you hear rustling and moving. It's barely dawn! God damn early risers. Wanting to get up early and... See a crotchety old dwarf. Long, gray hair, gray beard down past his belly. Kind of a little bit frizzled. He hasn't had the chance to take care of the beard this morning.
I feel ashamed by that.
He squints at all of you and goes, "Where are they?" He pulls these really, really thick glasses, puts them on. Ha! There you are. You're blue!
Yes, sir, I am.
But you're breathing. Generally, you turn blue when you don't breathe. I had a brother who tried not to breathe once. He died.
Sorry for your loss.
Ah, he was an idiot. He jumped off a cliff. Thought he could fly. He wasn't a wizard.
Yeah, that tends to end badly.
Was he a bard?
No. He was a barbarian.
Sora would like to insight.
By all means.
I had to reload because I was logged in as a DM instead of a player.
Grady, he's an old crotchety dwarf. He's hard to read.
He's a dwarf. That's all Guede can basically tell. He's just being normal for a dwarf.
I read you.
So what?
He doesn't seem to have a reason to lie about it.
What's your name?
My name? Mick, what do they call me again? Mick looks up and just sighs. And he just says, really? And he just starts rubbing his forehead. Do you understand how hard it is out here for some of these? His name is Girder.
Critter?
Girder.
Oh, Girder.
Oh yes, that's right. Girder of Clan Stonefoot.
Pleasure to meet you, Girder of Clan Stonefoot. I'm Sora.
Ah, you're the biggest lizard I've ever seen.
Thank you. I'm what's known as a Dragonborn.
Nope, you're a lizard.
I-
Dragons have wings. I've seen one.
You did?
Yes.
Where?
He just points in a random direction. That way. Or was it
What
that way?
color
He just
was
starts
it?
pointing a different. Well, color. He definitely had one, yes.
I believe you.
Sora would like to insight. But I'm waiting to roll, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that he has a color. If he doesn't, then that'd be.
She's gonna see if he actually saw a dragon. Yay! Worked. It's 16.
No, he's definitely seen a dragon. He ain't lying about that. Between Irith and Sora, you're sending it. He's might not all be there.
He might have lost his mind, who knows?
Well, the auntie did tell us that they saw one fly.
Yanti! She's not a Yanti. Too many scales.
You are correct. Yes, sir. My mistake.
No. She's got legs too.
Of course. How silly of me.
Lizard.
Dragonborn.
Hello, Miss Lizard.
No wings.
Dragonborn. Not actual dragon.
Dragons are born, yes, they come from eggs.
So do we.
I know lizards hatch from eggs. He goes, wait, I'll show you. He puts down like these couple lizard eggs. There's like a chameleon that runs up his shoulder. See, lizards. He makes it stand up. And looks at you. See, just the way to you. And he just smiles.
I waved to the lizard.
He waves back.
That's the most adorable thing.
What do you call it?
Chameleon. See, chameleon. Yes. He kind of changes colors when you need
Nice.
instructions. Right there.
Oh. I can't change colors like that. Well, not all those
Have
colors.
you tried? He's turned blue, so I have faith in you.
Thank you. If I turn blue, I will let you know, though.
Just make sure you're next to like water or something. Then you blend right in.
I will.
Yes.
You can hide behind me.
He puts
you
the
have-
chameleon back in its cage.
So cute.
So back to business. Do you have
Business, yes. Come back in 3 hours when I'm open. He starts walking away. Mick yells, Girder, we're buying now. damn gnomes and they're hiding tiny and because yes, welcome to Girder's Goods.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Val. Sorry, but you can call me Val. We're looking
Okay, Val, sir. Who I'll call Val.
We're looking for the waterproof cloaks that Mick has sold people. Do you happen to have
Waterproof.
any
What's this? Ploof?
waterproof?
He thinks on it. I have a couple of them. Yes.
How many and how much each?
He looks. He starts walking back towards his house. He puts out like these. It's just scales. Like different kind of like water serpents. He goes, these are the ones I have. That one was Bessie. And that one was Gertrude. And that one was Ethel. And that's also Ethel. And you don't want to know where that one came from. He lays them out.
Okay.
Why?
Because you don't want to know. He smiles. And he gives you like a big dwarven smile. He's missing like 90% of his teeth.
Quadia will just look over towards Mick and say, okay, which creature would that cloak have come from?
I don't know. It came from one of them. It's just... Mick motions for Grady to lean down.
Quadia leans down.
He nods to Grady.
Quadia gives a slight nod.
So how much per cloak?
Thinks. Starts playing with his beard. 40 gold apiece.
What do you think 35 each?
I think that's not 40.
Take them all if you do it 35 each.
Oh, you'll get soaked if you don't.
Fair enough. Anybody that wants to buy one.
Quadia
Does
will
anyone
go ahead
need
and
help purchasing
Sora
one?
buy one?
Quadia will go ahead and just pay for one for everybody.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Sora gives you the 40 gold. Good business, Gradia.
He goes, who's getting the special one? He pets it.
Quadia
I'm-
points towards Oceanus.
Ha! Here, for you.
I don't need one though.
Just in
Maybe your
case.
name already has the material in it.
All right. Take one.
Val gives Squiddy a 40 gold.
The dwarf chuckles. Getting the joke? I like him.
It's made of an ocean creature.
Not quite.
Mick chuckles, also getting the joke.
I didn't even hear what y'all said, so.
That's what Oceanus would not understand the joke. It's okay, you're in character.
Val didn't hear it either, so. Is there anything else anybody needs to buy? Then thank you, Gorder.
I'm going back to bed.
I'm gonna
Good night.
He waves.
sleep well.
Good morning.
You hear him kind of walk in, and then there's a thud and a poof. And some odd animal screams.
Sora winces.
Ah, I scared her. I scared her. Calm down. Oh God. Oh no. Ah, you just hear rumbling.
Oh, who'd you scare?
It's okay. It's just my defensive mechanisms. Just gonna pretend that I'm not alive anymore, and you'll stop beating me up.
Do you need help?
Nope, good.
I put the cloak on.
Mick's laughing.
Sora puts her cloak on. Be safe.
Gladia draws on his cloak.
I pulled mine up and put it away.
I guess I'll put ours on.
And I believe we are ready to go. Thank you.
So, Mick begins to lead you up the path through the city, as you know, not really seeing very many people out between the weather and the time of the morning. There's really not a lot of people out here. So, Mick leads you on, as one of you gets to roll a dice for me.
Okay, what are we am I
I
rolling?
would like one of you to roll a d12.
I got this, guys. Don't you worry.
Go for it.
I'm worried.
9.
That's fine. So, as you guys begin to make your way through and up the path, what is everyone doing during your kind of, hike? The ground is kind of soggy already. There is a path, but I mean at this point it's pretty just much muck.
Just plodding along behind, or in the middle.
Sora's looking around, seeing if she can see any cool creatures or anything.
I'll do my level best to lead them down the solidest path there is. I know solidest isn't a word, but it is now.
You're a water ganassi. What do you know about solid?
You're not seeing a whole lot of creatures. I mean, occasional, small, itty bitty kind of life taking cover from the rain, but you don't seem to see anything big as you make your way through.
Well, that's okay. She's delighted to see different creatures.
So, as you continue to trudge along, it comes about midday as Mick kind of looks and finds a small kind of sheltered kind of a couple logs that are down, and a sort of a dry spot amongst everything. And he kind of walks over towards the log and plops himself down, begins to build a fire.
Out for the help.
Take a load off. I got this. Okay, takes out a stone, and takes that knife and starts sparking. Basically creating the little fire to kind of dry the bones a bit.
Thank you.
Pulls out some, a rash, and just begins to eat some of it. Really good.
Good idea. Take a rest too.
Same.
Same.
I'm just on a ration.
I'd like everyone to make me a perception check.
Okay.
Iris
Mm-hmm.
and Gradia. These guys are sitting around and everyone's eating. There's, as breaks in the clouds doesn't actually happen, a bit of sunlight begins to pour out from, and something glistens in the forest.
Okay.
Come on, man. Sorry.
You're alright.
You, so as you make your way through, there's that little bit of glisten in the forest. the two of them spot.
Alrighty. Guidi is going to reach into his pack and pull out one of his 2 spyglasses and try to see if he can see it any more clearly looking to that spot with the spyglass.
You kind of pull it out, and between the rain and everything else coming down, it was kind of that brief, bead of light down there. It's really hard to spot even with a spyglass. It's just there's too much other kind of obstructions.
Alrighty. I will definitely let the others know what I saw.
Looking in that direction, can we see it, or is it already passed?
It seems, they didn't see it move. They saw something glisten. Didn't move. It was more the light didn't hit it anymore.
Gotcha.
Well, that's what we're asking. There's no more light. There's no more glisten.
No, it was a brief momentary thing.
I don't know where it's at now, so.
Sora looks over. What did it look like?
Didn't take a close look at it, so.
Looked like a glint of light, like something was reflecting off something. I tried to use my spyglass, but I was unable to identify anything in that direction through the haze of water and the darkness.
Were you able to tell about how far away it was?
Would Guidi have been able to identify range?
Give me a say survival.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think it's no more than a few hundred feet away. Probably about over 100 at least.
Guidi will let them know the approximate range that he thought that it was at.
I could go check it out if y'all want. The only reason I suggest myself is that if it's something bad, I can get away from it faster than most. He said, look at the radio. You might.
Can you see in the dark?
It's considered dim light, so he does have some vision. It's not pitch black.
Okay.
Be safe.
If we don't hear from you in an hour, we'll storm in your direction. Please be alive.
So,
Chuckles at that.
I shouldn't be gone that long. It only,
Oh no.
and so he'll jog in that direction.
Alright, so as you're jogging in that direction, you come through and over a few kind of downed trees. Just, even as a lower level druid, the multi-class that you are, you can kind of just feel like these trees, there's so much life in them. Not from the actual nature, but like the bugs and stuff. You can just hear the skittering sounds as you pop over to about the area. You're in that kind of distance of everyone. You see this kind of weird, almost stone, like cairn thing. And there's this almost silvery looking skull. You can't quite identify it at this range, which is probably what glistened. It's almost in this little kind of opening.
I'm sorry, you said silvery what now? Karen?
Like a skull. A cairn is a stacking of stones, and in there, attached to it or affixed to it, is this silvery skull.
Okay. Is it look like a human skull that was like painted or had glitter through on it or something like that, or is it?
You're not quite sure. I mean, it is still. You've just seen it, so you're still about 30, 40 feet at minimum from it.
Is there anything else around?
You look, for any creatures. You don't see anything predatory.
Okay.
A couple birds in the trees. That's about it.
I'll get up to about 15 feet away, and I'll take a closer look.
So as you start, again walking through the muck and your feet, I need a strength saving throw.
All right. 16.
So, as you kind of get towards it, you are making it just the muck's almost heavier here. It's kind of like that. You know, your feet are dragging. You know, it's just what you're thinking is, you know, kind of just heavy muck. You look down as you get there, and you're about to your upper thighs, unable to kind of get your legs out, and you're slowly moving. Every time you struggle, you're slowly getting deeper.
Okay. I'll look back to where I was, about 30 feet away, and I'll misty step over.
Okay. As you misty step away, or as you go to attempt to misty step away, nothing. Stop and look back, and that's not right.
I'll sigh. Let me think.
I mean, and even as you calm yourself being a monk, you're not sinking as fast, but you are slowly still sinking.
How far away was he?
He's like 150 feet from you guys, roughly.
Just making sure.
Well, no, hold on. 160 even is the actual distance.
Okay. I'm just looking through my wild shapes real quickly. I wonder.
Starting to come up towards like your waist.
I'll turn into a constrictor snake and see if they'll, or
so
attempt to.
You go turn into a constrictor snake. You do, and you realize that you are now a snake, and half of you is in this muck, pulling you down. Seems that you've sunk a little bit more as your shape changed.
Can I get out? I pull my tail out.
Seems to still have that kind of grasp pulling you down.
Does it feel like something is like grabbing me, or is it just like quicksand kind? Oh, I'm slipping down.
More something natural.
All right.
Obviously, there's something of a magical nature that has blocked you from, misty stepping, but the pulling itself seems more natural. And again, as you tried to pull your tail and everything else, you sunk more.
I will turn back to normal.
You're up to almost your chest at this point. Your arms kind of trying to keep, as your form would have been straight, right? Your arms are kind of now elbows, if not higher. They're you're trying to get your arms out, but as you just kind of try a little bit to test to get your arm out, you feel that little bit of sinking. You just stop and relax yourself.
I whistle for the others.
Okay. Everyone give me a perception check. He's trying to whistle from 160 feet away. You whistle as loud as you can. Iris and Sora, you kind of hear something, but you kind of almost are like, it might have been him, it could have been a bird. No one else seems to have heard it.
Did anyone else hear that? Came from. I assume it came from Oceanus' direction. But it might have been a bird?
I heard it.
I did not. Sorry.
Huh?
I'm guessing we were all watching in that direction too.
Yeah, he disappears behind. It disappeared a while ago.
Right. Right.
Should we go check it out just in case?
Yeah. Hey, Sora.
Yes.
Do you have She points to the ground, like something that can actually make us not fall into some kind of water that we might walk on the path or something.
Zora tilts her head.
She's probably talking about water walk.
Zora nods. I would need 10 minutes to cast it though. I don't have it prepped or prepared. Unless one of you do.
I don't know, I did not have this prepared. I was thinking about it, but it's like,
So, Shannon, you're sinking farther. You're gonna have to
Quiddy
break
is-
collarbones.
Quiddy
have a-
starts moving towards.
I have a weird question. How much of this, like, is it? It's a mixture of water and earth.
It's a muck. I mean, it's not really water.
Okay, never mind then. I was gonna ask if I can turn the water to ice and like solidifies things.
Around you, your block of ice now.
I mean, better than sinking. But
So, Grady, you start to lead the rest of them as they're slowly falling behind you, debating, you know, how to potentially work around some sort of water. As you know, it's all mud. It's not water, so water walk wouldn't work as you're traversing.
should.
It's probably not liquidy enough. It's more soupy.
So, Oceanus, you start to hear as the muck comes up over your ears. How tall are you?
like 5'11".
The muck comes over your ears. You try to tilt your head back. You swear you hear footsteps. Dwayne is loud. I mean, he is a large, presence, and he's not attempting to be quiet. So you can hear his loud kind of footfalls as your ears get covered and it kind of goes deaf. You tilt your head back, and then your feet hit solid ground, and your nose, the nostrils just above.
But is my mouth is beneath?
Uh huh.
Okay.
Nostrils and eyes are about the only thing that's poking out of the ground. Radio,
Alright.
give me a
Yes.
perception check because you're out in front.
Alrighty.
You see the nice Karen with the nice silver skull. You don't notice the face of Oceanus.
Hey guys, I found the rocks.
Rocks.
Irith, I think you're next. You and Sora walking next to each other, Fal kind of watching his back, the back. Irith and Sora, you may make me perception checks. Both of you look, and you just see the nostrils flaring, and with like the panic-looking eyes.
Oh god, Oceanus?
Oh god, Guidi's gonna step on me.
Quiddy.
No, he hasn't moved.
Okay.
They just kind of stopped once they saw it. Natural reaction. Oceanus, you feel like something cracked slightly. You're pretty sure it was bone. And you feel yourself slowly begin to sink again.
Sorry, you gotta pull him out.
There's a look of fear in his eyes.
Val? Oceanus is this mug. She'd like to reach over to see if she can pull him out.
He is 15 feet away from you.
Oh,
If you're at the
You have
entrance.
rope.
I think so. Yes.
I do not.
Guadia does have rope.
Use that.
So Gwenda, give me a dex dexterity check. Throw the rope near Oceanus. Oceanus, you were hit in the head with the rope.
How about I take? Go ahead.
Go ahead. You first.
How about you hold on to the rope out there, grab him and bring him back.
You're opening a lot.
I'll follow the rope out. You hold on to the rope and pull us back once I get a hold of him.
Guidia gives a little nod.
So
Guidia is good at pulling things.
Okay, Val. You begin to transverse again. You feel immediately, and you start. The rest of you start seeing his form shrink. I need a strength save as you get about 5 feet out.
Love it.
Sora's doing a nature to see
Yeah,
find out what it is.
It's some sort of quicksand, probably made heavier by the fact of the torrential rain.
She would explain this.
Val, you get to the point where like you're moving and you just can't go any further, and you're already up to about your mid thighs. You're only 5 feet out. You just don't have the power behind the muscle right now to make it.
Am I able to move back?
You give me another strength save. You kind of get yourself as you turn, still sinking, and you guys watching him. Every time he struggles, he's moving deeper and deeper. You get back, you about find the edge as you're up to your chest, your arms on the solid ground. Well, muck, I mean, but you find solid ground in the muck.
Guidia will reach out and try to pull Falstair by his collar out of the muck.
I'll with you based on your athletics. Yeah, you just kind of grab him by the back of his clothes, just with a nice little whoop, sound. You pull him out.
Yeah, I'm not strong enough to get out there. That stuff is too
Oceanus?
heavy.
Your nostrils go under. Just the eyes, you can see it on the peripherals of your vision. The mud like slowly creeping in towards your eye sockets.
Gritty, you go. We'll pull you out.
Sora would like to cast water breathing.
You can totally cast water breathing.
Cool. She doesn't know it won't help.
Oceanus, are you gonna? You're slowly sinking. You've kept yourself very, very calm. Are you gonna try to make an attempt to try and grab the rope or anything like that?
Since we're now at the 0 hour, it's either that I'm gonna sink either way, either if it goes badly or do nothing. So, yep.
Make your strength save.
And kind of wish I took resilience to this. 11.
You see,
I forgot.
you see a
I forgot advantages. Oh well.
And he just goes, and he just gone. A small little bubble just kind of pops at the thing, and the entirety just sits still. What's yours? What's your con mod?
It is +2.
+2?
Mm-hmm.
You probably have about a minute and a half of air left
Okay.
as you're being suffocated.
Guidia is going to go ahead and follow Fal's suggestion that he go out there to try to get Oceanus.
Okay. Give me a strength save. You get to about where Fal is, and you just whoop. You look down. You're like, legs.
That is awesome. Guidia's dumb though, so Guidia is going to keep trying to go forward.
Okay. No strength save.
Switch. God damn it!
Oh!
He starts just tossing his upper body like, I don't need legs, I'm a barbarian! So I can do an all upper body! Screw leg day! And you just see him start sinking really quickly.
Guidia?
Queenie is how tall?
Grady is 8'3".
Okay, you're about above your waist at this point. Everyone else would probably be much deeper, but your height is your advantage right now.
Since leg day apparently isn't working, Grady is going to try to rage and continue forward.
He gets mad at the mud. What does he yell out in his anger? Because no, he's definitely yelling something out in his anger. I'm sorry.
My legs are sore and I'm getting tired, but this mud is in my way.
Okay.
Damn you, mud! Get out of my way!
He lets out this kind of guttural roar. Run! Strength save now, advantage. He was double that once, man. He just starts moving. You see a small lake behind him, but he's still sinking because he's pretty deep already. He gets over. Oceanus.
Yes,
Radia,
sir.
because you rolled so high in your strength save, I'm not going to make you roll perception. But you do realize that you apparently knee something hard in the face as you trudge forward. Slightly in your rage, over-calculating how far away he was. Oceanus,
Awesome.
something bludgeons you underneath. And you go, just instinctively, I need a con save to see if
Yep.
you can hold your air.
Five.
You feel the mud just instinctively just start rushing down.
Yep.
Grady will try to go for
You
whatever
know where he
he
is,
just...
so give me a strength, or actually athletics at this point. You know where he is, and your hands are kind of in. You're gonna put your hands in willingly, so
Still actively raging?
you just hit someone. There's a reason I did that. You guys just see Grady go "Ugh," and throw his hands in. The next thing you know, you just hear a plop sound as he pulls up Oceanus and holds him up. Grady, at this point, your arms are free. Well, it's up to you about your pits.
All
I'm gonna need a
right.
strength save to try and maneuver your way back.
Alrighty, and he's able to bring Oceanus with him?
Yeah, you're holding him above. He's
Okay.
coughing. You start making it, but at this point you're holding Oceanus. You know, you're getting up there. It's creeping up to about your neck. I need one more strength save. Get out of here. Oceanus, you're fine at this point.
Okay, but I'm still looking at something to save Radio.
He gets to his chin, and Gwydia, you feel solid ground. As you're just like, I can't go any deeper. And you start pushing your way, and then you hit the edge, and you drop Oceanus on the ground. Give me an athletics to push yourself out.
Is there a way we can?
Yeah, he doesn't need it. He's a barbarian of rage, man. He just puts both hands down, and he pushes himself out. The plop again as he gets himself free.
Made up for leg day. Made up for leg day.
Sir
You
claps
did
him on the
well.
shoulder. Good job.
I'm wiping the blood off my nose and spitting mud out my mouth.
Oh yeah.
Are you alright, Oshios?
With all this, I do need a con save.
For me? Okay.
You did inhale a good amount of.
Go +3. 9.
Yeah, you just feel a little something in your lungs. It's just it hurts, but other than that, you're fine.
Okay.
I take it you guys then head back to the campsite.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
Sora looks
Oh,
over to
Sora.
the shrine.
I'll pull you away. Just shake my head as I'm coughing.
Did you have a thought?
I just wondered why it was there.
It's too hard to discern without dark vision.
I do have dark vision.
You have not cast dark vision, so Dragonborn doesn't get dark vision.
I know, I have it from the build of Dwarvenkind.
Oh, I forget you haven't built. I completely forgot about that. Okay. Give me a religion. Start with the religion.
Okay.
21. Doesn't seem to have any religious significance at all. Give me a nature.
I would guidance you, but I'm guessing I'm kind of hacking along now at this point.
You're trying to clear your lungs. 21 again. Resembles almost druidic. You haven't encountered this before, but something about this just in your scales tells you that this is some sort of druidic marker.
Sora would relay this.
I will, because you rolled a natural 20. Not that we use natural 20s on skill checks, but I do like to give a little bonus. Roll me a history.
Oh.
Just not versed enough to kind of get it. There's something there, but I would say as you guys are debating if Mira is back, since that part is over, and you kind of are discussing it with her, being another full druid. Sorry, Shannis, you haven't had enough time.
It's fine. I find a puddle of water, stick my head in, and breathe in some water, flush it
I
out.
would say Mira could also make a history based on the druidic backing. Because Gwade wouldn't have a link to this nor Foul. There's something there. I mean, you and Sora both know there's something there, but it's just you can't put your finger on it, even a glimpse. But you would agree there's definitely something druidic about this.
Okay.
As you guys return to the campsite, discussing it, and Mick is sitting there. Looks back at Shannis. Ah! A bit of trouble, I see.
I've never drowned before. This was something. He says, before hacking out more black gunk.
He pats you on the shoulder. Now you know how we feel in water. And he begins to lead on. He goes, well, lost a little bit of daylight.
I will remember that.
Hey, do you know if there are druids around here? There was a...
Well, there's the forest. I would assume. Don't spend too much time here, to be fair. Most of my time's in the river, or the marshes. Looks about.
Do you know any stories of markers that warn of things, areas to stay away from, or such?
It's generally I stick to the motions to the path you guys are on.
Okay.
If I have to go.
Silver Skull on Path of Rocks equals beware of quicksand.
Once he's able to talk, they say. The only thing about that, though, is that there was something preventing me from using magic. I couldn't misty step away. So
Fortunately, I use no magic.
it feels more like it was a trap. Meant to lure people in.
Interesting.
Well, I didn't kick anybody else in the face.
That's because I was the only one there.
But
And
that means that nobody else sunk before you.
Well, actually, Sev, when you said earlier, when you said bones, did you mean actual bones, or was it just like, a layer?
No,
Oh, okay.
you're pretty much sure it was something dead.
No, there was bones down there I was stepping on.
That's not good. Not very druidic.
So
Well.
the party begins to, kind of quicken the pace. As you get towards, mid afternoon, we'll say. You kind of can see at the very distance, kind of this large city. And I mean larger than what you've encountered since you got on the boat.
Okay.
And they kind of put this, that's Otmar right there. Roger that, Flare. So,
You said that's what now?
that's Otmar.
Okay.
Or Otmar, sorry. Otmar. As you guys make, the night begins to fall before, you start to see kind of illumination inside the city. Obviously, torches and such being lit. As Mick kind of gets you up towards the city itself, you see, a wooden kind of outer fence that does have. So, Gradia, being a builder,
Yes.
go ahead and give me what do you have for tools?
I have carpentry and brewers
Give me carpentry.
based off strength,
Actually, based off wisdom, please.
off wisdom.
Because I'm sure your wisdom's better than your intelligence.
That basically goes without saying.
But just to be sure.
Yep.
Does anyone else have carpentry tools? Or woodworking would also work in this case.
No.
No, man. Yes, sir.
Okay. Gradia, you see that, these are definitely, trees that have been cut down, obviously. You have the large barks, make sure they got really good, things. And they're placed to make a solid wall. However, every so often, it looks like from underneath the wall, they sharpened one of these smaller trees and almost put it as like a defensive mechanism. And you see it as far as you can see on either side of the walls. Obviously, you're not walking around the whole city to investigate. But definitely, it's more than just keep things away. It's literally like anti-siege.
Which Guadia has experience with siege, so he can point this out to the others.
Trying to make the tools more effective for all of you.
Intriguing.
Interesting.
As you guys make your way closer and closer, you see, you see some guards walking. What looks to be, now Grady, you immediately get this based on your previous roll. These are big trees. Okay, that they have even, it looks like they have cut down and almost, have that small kind of, almost parapet system. They're just carved into the trees. There's probably a walkway too to extend, make it a little bit more easily managed. But you see a couple guards kind of patrolling the uppers, and you see two guards by kind of this large open gate that seemingly they are about to close. But seeing your group come in, they put their hands up so that they're not closing the gates on you. The guards are dressed sort of kind of Spartan-esque, but more Aztec. The armor only in covering vital sections. And you kind of can get all of you based on this that the reason is wearing heavy armor here, not a smart choice. You're going to roast.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so. We're at the gates or we're past the gates?
Yeah,
or where are we?
you're about like you're coming up to the guards and the gates right now. This is your leading.
Hello.
I will walk Or if Val wants to leave.
But, what brings you all to Otmar?
Where I've actually been invited by the guild. What is it? The Sunshield Guild. Dawn and Sunshield?
Ah! The dwarf.
Yes.
Come on in. Gates are closing. When they close for the night, they're closed.
Okay, thank you. Question. We saw you've got some anti-siege equipment. Is that normal?
Out here, he points to like the darkened jungle. He goes, "There's a reason we closed the night. The gates were good."
Okay. We start walking inside.
Of course. So, Helix Tesora. It's dangerous in the jungle at night. Things will come and get you. Yantees, druids, whatever it is.
Druids. They attack you?
Are they
Some
dark druids?
The guard kind of shrugs. I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. It's not really my specialty. I only know that they use kind of a natural magic. So my assumptions, they're druids. Aren't too pleased, and they motion to the walls.
Fair enough. Where do you know where we could find Mr. Sunshield?
I believe he is at the name of it. Because I have all these sheets. Probably at the Plain Panther Pub.
Could you point us in the right direction, please?
Yeah, he kind of motions down. You see, very circular city. It's almost kind of got that Oriental Aztecish feel. So it's kind of like a mix between the two. If you've ever seen how Aztecs would lay out their kind of craftsmanship, Oriental, beautiful domes on a lot of the buildings. You figure, obviously, because of the rain,
Right.
the domes help kind of shear off the water in different directions, not letting it coalesce. And, you know, it points towards kind of like the center where there is what looks to be a well. Like you can kind of see it. It's I'm not sure if it's well or a fountain from here. It's kind of big, stone circular centerpiece in the in what would be considered the square, or obviously in this case the circle. So, says it's right there. You'll see the icon of a panther.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, let's go find us somewhere dry. And he stops and blinks. Can't believe I said that. He leads the way to the tavern unless someone has a question.
Anyone
Sounds
else?
good. I do not.
Okay. So as you guys walk along, is there anything specific you're looking out for as you're kind of traversing?
General
What-
shops.
Yeah, what's all is it just is it? I'm assuming there's some shops, there's some residential.
Yeah, I mean, your base as you kind of get in here and look a little bit, kind of you figure you have the circle, and it looks like you have four main roads that kind of all come out and form a cross. It seems as you kind of look around and you're looking down alleys and stuff like that, all your shops and stuff like that are along these main roads, and the in-betweens, each as they kind of cut into the four quarters of the circle, are probably your
Yeah.
residentials.
What did you say was in the center again?
You're not sure if it's a well or a fountain, some sort of large stone structure.
Okay.
You just haven't got close enough to really identify it between
All
the
right.
rain and everything.
I think that should be our first stop. See what that is. And then from there we can go to the Plain Panther pub.
Did he say the pub was on this spoke of the? Or I'm assuming it's on a central
He said it's in the
main
center.
road.
Yeah.
Oh, it's there. Okay, yeah, then that's fine.
So you gotta walk by. There's a couple shops that you see. Like an apothecary. Looks like there's a smithy. Basically, what you'd expect on kind of like a frontierish town. A lot more of things they need to survive, and sort of the things that would cater to travelers, as this is kind of, one of the few safe points if you're traveling through, the jungles.
Makes sense.
You're not going to find a grand library or something like that around here. So, as you kind of make your way to the center, you realize this is a large, what seems, very large stone, old, but it's covered in planks everywhere. It seems to have been boarded up.
Okay.
And it's about 20 to 30 feet across.
Okay. So we can't see inside at all.
I mean, it's boarded up, but obviously, if you wanted to go and investigate, there's, they're using whatever scraps of wood they had. So there's probably, W-E-L-L. There's probably some sort of, cracks or knots, or the wood not fitting perfectly, where if you wanted to try and look down into the darkness, you could.
You said it was afternoon.
No, it's
It's
evening.
The night is falling.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and
There's to answer Sora real quickly, and then you can go. Sora, there's not a lot of people at all on the streets. It's night. The weather's crappy. Yeah. But you can ask that question later.
Is it still raining?
It is still. It's a rainforest.
Okay, just
What do you expect?
It's gonna. Even on a good day, it's gonna be drizzling pretty much.
cool.
It's still pretty heavily raining though.
Let's find our pub. We can.
Yeah, as you look around, there's a couple things here in the center of town. There's basically one large building that kind of comes to the point around it. Okay, you see the following. And let me just make sure I get this up, because I had this already ready for you. You do see the Panther, the Plain Panther pub. That is on, from the best. I'm going to give you the actual directions. You wouldn't know the directions, but just so you can have the picture of the city in your head. The southeast corner has the Plain Panther. The southwest corner has, let me see here. The southeast corner has, where is it? What looks to be a temple. You may all make a religion check if you wish to know which temple.
21.
12.
Poor sir. So, Gradia, Irith, and Oceanus. You realize that this is a temple to Boldry.
Come again?
Boldry. Getting that up. Boldry, so who got the lowest? Who got 16? Alright, so Gradia got the 16. Gradia, she is a goddess of the common pantheon. You've heard people talk of her before in your history. So I would say whatever you remember from overhearing conversations, you can use. To the other two, you, 20 plus, you know that she is a lawful good goddess. Her dominion is hearth, home, community, and children. You know, people that would commonly be known to worship her are, you know, children's matrons oppressed and suffering. She kind of is known for taking in and providing for those individuals.
Alright.
The northwest corner will be next. You guys see a temple, and I would say...
What corner is this again?
This is northwest. Grady, you're going to get this. Sora, you're going to get this free. Irith. Who's your deity?
Shantae?
Okay. Nope. Irith, have you spent much time with Marcus?
She heard some things about him, like what he recalls and stuff.
You'll have to roll me religion.
Yeah.
Foul. Is AFK.
Yeah.
This is a temple. You know it too.
21.
This is a temple to Rilliphane.
Okay.
Do I need to roll or do I know it?
Roll for me because I don't think you've gone into great debates with Marcus. Not that I can at least remember.
27.
Yeah, you know it's Rilliphane of the Celadrine. Beautiful temple made out of oak, kind of acorn. Seems to be from a part in the actual structure. There is the canopy of an actual oak tree. It looks like they've grown an oak tree out in the middle of the rainforest. And then finally, the last building in the center here is an actual. Where is it? Looking for it. Looking for it. It is a Fal, you're gonna get this one for free. No one else went on your earlier travel with you that is here, correct? Character-wise, I know Firefly was there.
Correct.
The rest of you can make me religion checks. Fal will get this for free.
17.
Not enough. All of you are stumped. You've never seen this temple before. But in the northeast corner, there is a very odd, more Aztecish looking structure. Fal, it looks like a very miniature one of what you saw before.
With the
temple
lizard men?
Yep. Samuna. You know that it is the god of lizard folk?
Okay. I will relay that. See if they ask.
Yeah. Who is that? I've never... Lizard folk. Oh. Oceanus grins a little because I'm remembering the old dwarf calling Sora a lizard. He doesn't say anything.
Yeah, lizard folk is a little bit different. Okay, a lot different.
I know, he's not saying this out loud, Sora, he's just grinning.
Poor Sora get picked on. I got your back, Sora.
God of lizard folk, and that's it?
Yeah, that's pretty much what they would know.
Just sure.
He didn't get a ton of information about the religion.
Alright then.
I did get enough to they celebrate life.
Yeah, survival. Not
Survival.
life, survival.
Survival.
So, where are you guys headed? Alright,
Okay,
so
so
you guys,
just so I make sure I wrote this in my notes right. Southeast corner is the plain pub, plain